Hey, good morning. Chuck here with Apple Drains. Today we are putting downspout drains underneath of a patio. And this is something that you guys can easily do yourselves. We'll show you how to do this. And let me explain to you why we are doing this. This is a commercial building, and about a year ago, this patio began to sink, and it's actually tilting back towards the lobby. And every time it rains, water just floods straight across the concrete into their lobby. They had several estimates, and all of them wanted to replace the concrete. Can you imagine how much that would cost to replace all that concrete and try to get it to tilt the other direction? The answer and solution really is to go ahead and put some downspout drains in here, because the downspouts were splashing out onto the concrete. All of that roof just poured down directly onto the concrete and of course came straight back into the building. We need to put the downspout drains underground and away from this building. So what we need to do, of course, is to cut the concrete. We're using a partner saw, and you can kind of see what's going on here. We've already made one cut all the way across the concrete. Now I'm making the second cut. We need to be all the way through the concrete. The concrete saw cuts 4 inches. Hopefully this pour is 4 inches, and then we'll be able to pop this out of here using a pry bar. I'm going to run the concrete saw back through the trench, make sure I am all the way through that concrete. So if you do this yourself, make sure that you cut clean through the concrete. It will make a major difference. Next, using the pry bar, we can easily pop this out of here. The pry bar works much better than a jackhammer. Simply hit the concrete several times. It will weaken and crack. Can you see that? Once it cracks, you can move back another foot or so, hit that concrete, same place over and over, and pop that concrete right up out of there. It really is that simple. You'll notice our trench is just wide enough to get our shovel down in there. We need to be able to excavate this to lay new pipe under that concrete. Remember, we don't pour the concrete over our pipe. There's actually gravel that we're adding. This also provides drainage for the patio itself, so that the water doesn't stay under that patio and continue to tilt back towards that building. A lot of gravel. And you'll also notice that after we've added the gravel, there is still 3 or 4 inches so we can pour concrete. We need to have a strong pour when we're finished. Always clean off your area. You can see this is now prepped and ready for the concrete. And you'll notice how we've got PVC going down. It came into our corrugated. Here's the corrugated where it comes out of the patio. We also added another downspout here in this little courtyard because that flooded so bad we had to make another cut across that area as well. It takes about a day for your concrete to really set up. So this is the next day, and you can see it turns extremely white, and that's going to be much whiter than the original pour of this concrete. So you'll know that something was cut and put underneath of that area. Finished trenching, and we're almost done here. All of these lines lead to a storm drain, which is out in the field behind this property. This is a really great example of a do-it-yourself project. Perhaps your home has a patio that tilts the wrong direction, and the reason is because the downspouts have been splashing out across the concrete for several years. That causes the concrete to actually tilt back towards your home, and water will flood up underneath of there. Okay, let's review what is needed to cut this patio and put the downspout drain under the concrete. First, we need to make some really deep cuts. Make sure that that saw cuts clean through the concrete. Remember, it's at least a 4-inch pour. The blade on the partner saw will cut a 4-inch depth. Make sure your cut is wide enough so you can get a shovel in there to trench this out. Using the pry bar, hit the concrete until it breaks and cracks, and then pry that out. Try to make 1-foot sections. I promise you that this will crack that concrete. Just keep hitting it in the same place over and over. It will weaken and you can pop it right out of there. Once you've laid your pipe, remember to backfill with number 67 stone. This will give drainage to the concrete and will provide strength around your pipe. Be sure to wash off your concrete before you pour your new concrete, and remember that it will dry extremely white. Let it set up for a day before you walk across it. Hey, this is Chuck with Apple Drains, reminding you that if you believe you can do something, I guarantee you can do it. Have a great day.